today in the classroom we had Albert Mundet, Head of Knowledge Management and the leader of Barça Innovation Hub. So Albert, thanks so much for joining us
It was a
in the
great
class.
experience. It was a great experience. I loved it.
I'm glad to hear that. Albert, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you been in this role? Who are you?
So I'm actually, I've been leading this part at FC Barcelona for 2 years now. Before I was consulting. My background is in physics actually, but after when I finished my degree in physics, I started working as a knowledge transfer and innovation consultant from different companies, for different consultancy firms. And I started first framing the Barça Innovation Hub as a consultant. And right now I'm executing it from leading this knowledge department with having this project as the main project of the area.
So a lot of people may wonder, what does innovation have to do with sports? Is innovation really helpful to FC Barcelona? Can you tell us a little bit about that, Albert? Why innovation at FC Barça?
So innovation for us is the perfect strategy to try to compete with our competitors, right? So if we look back and we see how we've been delivering performance, it's based on how we manage talent and knowledge, right? So innovation, the way we understand it, is we can leverage our Barça know-how to start thinking on how we can lead the changes that the sports industry will face. So how we can actually leverage all this knowledge accumulated for the club for more than 100 years of history to actually start delivering new products and services that will help us perform better, but not only us, but we want also to contribute to the whole industry ecosystem. So bringing this Barca's asset to work for these delivering new products and services is our main objective.
So a lot of companies nowadays use innovation more as a promotional blurb. It became a hype, to be honest. It became very popular. But there are some companies that are really serious about it, and there are some that are less serious about it. So at FC Barça, where do you stand? Is innovation for real? Do you have the budget and do you have the real intent behind it?
I'm glad you asked that question because, one of the main strategic decisions for us is actually leveraging Barça Innovation Hub as the key strategic project to implement internally these sort of innovations that we can bring. If we look at other clubs, what are they doing? Most of them are outsourcing these innovation initiatives with accelerators, with specific programs, but they have consultancy firm managing that. Instead, at FCB, what we did is actually we set up an organizational structure that will bring staff from the club to think of how we can implement these innovations. And not only that, to bring these processes to merge teams from startups, companies, universities, research centers, with the staff from the club that we can bring value together, that we can develop these products and services together. In a way, I think that this is the best approach to actually have impact internally and actually transform the culture of the club.
So Albert, that sounds wonderful. Sounds like you have a real intent behind the innovation strategy at Barça. Are partners excited to work with Barça? Do you get a lot of startups applying for your challenges? A lot of students working on the topics that you propose?
Yes, we have a bunch of them. And this is one of the challenges, right? So trying to set up some sort of processes that can filter all those opportunities is one of the key challenges that we have. Of course, Barça brand is a magnet and we received a lot of opportunities from different type of other stakeholders, and we are more than happy to do that. Even we promote that. We set up conferences, we set up specific meetings, we have people traveling around the world to scout new opportunities. But then we have to transform that opportunities in specific projects that again can be implemented internally and that can follow this strategic approach to actually have teams from these stakeholders and teams from FCB to delivering this process. So I would say that yes, we have a lot of them and we are now transforming these all opportunities into specific internal projects.
So that sounds like a lot of excitement and a lot of idea flowing from different stakeholders, different directions. But I'm sure that there are challenges involved as well. Knowing a little bit about innovation, there's always failure, there's always a lot of turmoil going on. Can you tell us what are the biggest challenges of your work?
So I would say that we have two main challenges. First one is related to what I just mentioned before, is how we can actually transform all this magnetism for opportunities in the innovation and sports, how we can transform that in actually specific projects that will involve internal staff. And this is hard because people have their own KPIs, and bringing innovation in that sense is not always easy. But I think that we are doing a great job in terms of overpassing and setting up processes that will helping us to transform these opportunities and project for Barça Innovation Hub. And the second one is also how we can combine the need for failure and also the need for brain safety, right? So and this is part of the whole Barça Innovation Hub strategy, to actually combine these two aspects, bringing spaces on the club that can test things that with less risk for the brand, and actually as a result of these testing and iteration processes, bringing to the first team that probably has more exposure to the media, and we cannot have failure there at all.
So Barça now officially became a one-year-old. It was launched last year officially at the Mobile World Congress. A long way to go. I'm sure you have a lot of projects, but what would you consider to be a great score for Barça Innovation Club in 5 years from now?
I think that one of the key aspects of, again, this project is actually, apart from bringing and implementing new solutions internally, but is actually developing skill set from our professionals. So if we can have a sort of an ecosystem in the club that can actually attract people that wants to come to Barcelona, not because they want to be attached to the Barça brand, but because they want to learn, they want to improve their skill capacities on the performance side, but also on the business management side. So for me, it would be like becoming the top center of sports in the world.
So Albert, I have to say that I'm certainly behind the vision that you have, and it looks like you're set out to accomplish it. We're going to be there to support you with whatever we can with our students as well as our faculty here at Esade. So let's make it happen. Let's make Barcelona the sports center for at least Europe, if not the world. Thank you.
Thank you.